there late in the second overtime?
I don't know. It was tied up. Getting to 4 minutes, so I don't know. Hubbard hit a big three, and the basket. And Carrera, I remember good shots. We down 5. That's the same way the game went last time we played. The same exact way. They made shots. So all credit to Montrose.
Fellas, did you feel like this game was kind of like the January game, like a back and forth game? Did you, knowing that it may never end, you felt like this was kind of like a, like take 2 of the January edition?
Yeah, it was just like deja vu all over again. Like, it was like exactly the same game.
Yeah, same thing.
Quinn, how do you have anything left in the tank after 4 straight days of basketball and going in double overtime today? Where's everybody's legs at right now? You guys got to be dead.
I mean, I'm obviously tired. I mean, I haven't had a break, and but I'm not going to make excuses. I put in the same day, so I really don't know what to say. They won, we lost. I still think we had a great season. I wouldn't take anything back from this season. I got another family in Mount West Virginia, and we're gonna be brothers for life.
When the 3 at the end of the regulation, did it feel good when it
It felt great. I mean, that's a shot I always practice in the gym and my backyard, and it felt great. Missed it. We had 4 minutes to win again. And came up short. So
That would have been kind of a genuine way to finish it.
yeah, perfect win.
Well, how did you defend your pick and roll differently in the overtime period?
They did the same thing. I mean, I just wanted the shots. I mean, I always wanted to bring the big man out because he couldn't guard me. Or if he laid back, I would shoot the 3. I just wasn't hitting shots. So, they did a good job of, defending me at the end of the game. And, you got to credit Coach Bennett for that.
Coach,
your thoughts on the game?
Well, like a replay of the last game we played, the double overtime game, and it was very similar to the way the game played out. I thought we were in good shape in regulation. I thought we were in good shape in the end of the first overtime, but we probably, my hindsight, probably should have fouled. We didn't. I talked to my assistants about it, probably should have fouled. We were 3 up. I think there was 16 seconds left. I was worried that our guys might foul too early. Probably should have fouled on that play, put him on the line. I also wanted, in my mind, I was going to put Keith Hornsby on Justin, and I didn't do it. So there's 2 mistakes on the coach, and because I think Keith would have made him drive it. Keith would have crowded and made him drive it, not to Damien. Damien, again, it was a tough shot. I mean, he's out, got a hand up, and he makes a 3. Had to do it over, I'd probably foul. You got to give them credit for hanging in there and executing, staying with their game plan. And when they were down late in the game, there was several plays. Q misses a free throw, and he doesn't normally miss free throws, right, Q? And he apologized too much, and made the next, and then he made 2 more that put his 3 up in the first overtime. So it just didn't go in. We didn't make shots like we normally do. We got out rebounded by a large margin, and to still be there at the end to win the game, I thought spoke volumes of the guys and how hard they were trying to win the game.
Coach, when the players, when Anderson hit that 3 in the first overtime, was there like a collective letdown on the team? Or?
Yeah, I spent the timeout, just wasn't any strategy. I was just trying to pick them back up. So we got to go, we got to play. We have 4 minutes, we got to, because it's tough when that happens. And it happened at the end of the regulation, really, and it happened again where they tied in both situations. So we just had, when they came to the bench, I could tell they were walking their head down, and it was a tie game. It's an overtime game. So we hadn't lost the game, but I had to try to pick them back up and get them to play. And then we couldn't muster enough courage in the second overtime to get it done.
Coach, you feel like when Quinn took the supposed NBA range shot, and then of course missing the front end of that 1-on-1. You feel like that was the momentum changer for Montrose in both situations?
No, I don't think it was momentum. It just he missed the shot, missed the shots. I mean, he normally makes them, and we want Quinn to take those shots. He just didn't make them. You know, I don't think it was a momentum thing. It was just the time of the situation and the time of the game when he took the shots. They were big shots. And
You were okay
go
with,
in the-
you were
in the
okay with
three-pointer.
him taking the NBA?
Yeah. I was fine with that.
Steve, where do you place this in some of the games you guys have played with each other?
We've had some big games with them. I mean, it seems like it's always, I'm not going to say always double overtime. It was this year, but it's always very competitive. Great players going against each other, competing. It's always usually a close game like this, so it's tough to lose twice in 1 year to the same team, almost identical type games, but it's the way it worked out this year.
Coach, the game started off real sluggish.
Yeah.
Both teams was better.
I guess
was better fatigue right
I
there.
thought we were ready to go. I didn't think we were tight, and I looked down at one point. We had 2 field goals in the second quarter. They had 3. It was 5 total field goals at one point in the second quarter, and we just weren't making shots. We got good shots in our offense the first quarter. We probably got the best shots of the game in the first quarter. We just didn't make them, and if we'd knocked some down, we might have had a working margin. It might have made the game a little different than it was.
So Damian and Jordan, what did Quinn's presence on the team bring? What did he bring to the team this year? You know, his addition. Can you talk a little about what his leadership and talent that he brought with him?
He brings toughness. He's a smart point guard. Got to keep running hang around. Can get you going. He's the best person you want to be around as a point guard.
He's a great leader. He's a big brother to both of us. He teaches us to keep our head up when we're down. Personally, me and Quinn share a connection with our fathers and Jordan. And they knew each other through the summer. So, I wouldn't know who'd rather play. Nobody else play.
What did Justin say to you right after the game? We were talking to him for a long time.
So
What
what?
did Justin say to you right after the game?
He told me he loved me. We're competitors. I've spent 2 summers with him, so, we know each other very well. And, big time players make big time plays. I hit a tough floater and 2 big free throws. He comes back, hits a 3. That's the reason why we all love this game. So, he just told me he loved me. Just keep my head up.
Is there any talk in the future between you two, you and Justin, about competing against each other in the ACC in the years to come?
Nah, not yet. We was only focused on OT and Montrose. So I remember texting that later tonight.
Hey Quinn, talk a little bit about how advantageous your experience has been with Coach Smith and at Oak Hill, playing the national schedule, being in environments like this. And how do you think that prepares you stepping into Duke next year?
Man, I just learned so much just being around Coach Smith. He just has a lot of knowledge, and he's helped me off and on the court. If it's us 3 going in there, sitting in his office, he'll tell us stories about Rod Strickland and Brandon Jennings and just playing like that. You just learn so much. And this whole experience, this whole year just really got me better as a person and as a player. Like Coach Smith said, he wants all his seniors to go in college as sophomores, not freshmen. So, I've learned just so much, and it was just an honor to play for a legend.
How disappointing is it? I know coming back home, friends and family, you were hoping to take this championship today, and it would have been really fitting for you to end your high school career. Just talk about the disappointment that you feel from the loss today, and what these younger guys are going to take from you that they've got from you this year. This hurts. Like you said, it's no better way to end your career. Back home against a rival and in your hometown. But I know for a fact, this happened for a reason. So I know these 2. Monday morning, or probably tomorrow when we get back to school, we're going straight in that gym. I'm gonna get them ready for the AAU circuit, and they're gonna get me ready for college. And they know how I feel. So next year they're gonna win it.
You don't have any regrets, Quinn, leaving DeMatha for Oak Hill? You had a very good career, the 3 years that you were at DeMatha, and then of course transferring your senior year into one of the, as they say, elite powerhouses in high school basketball. You were certainly okay with leaving your friends behind DeMatha.
It was hard. It was the hardest decision of my life, but I did what was best for me. Coach Jones just did so much for me. You know, especially after my father passed away. I mean, he just did all the little things. You know, he's like a father to me, and you know, he gave me his blessing of leaving. You know, we had a talk, and Coach Smith welcomed me in with open arms, and I have no regrets. You know, just leaving DeMatha, because as long as my DeMatha family still appreciates me and accepts me, I'm happy.
Coach, do you think the difference was the rebounding difference, or just that?
A combination of all those things, and we didn't guard the screen and roll too well with Johnson up top. He did a good job of showing and covering that, especially in the second half. We tried to switch up and change defenses from zone to man, and we just didn't. You got to give them credit. They made plays and made some shots down the stretch, got the ball inside, drove it to the basket. They were a little more aggressive than we were. We played on the perimeter. We don't have a great inside game. We'll attack the rim and try to score that way, but we don't have post guys. AJ's developing, AJ Hammonds and Daniel, but we're more of a perimeter team, so we rely on the jump shot and the three-point shot, and our guys making plays. We try to isolate them. We run the wild screen and roll for Quinn, and just depend on these guys to make some plays. And we were one play short in regulation, you know, getting it going. Yeah.
Tonight you got two guys that were on your team last year playing in the Final Four, Roscoe Smith and Ron Lamb. Just compare that team to how these guys played. It seemed like these guys were a little bit more cohesive, at least in this tournament, and really fed off of each other. Just talk about the guys that you have playing tonight, and just draw a comparison to what your guys did today.
Yeah, of course, last year we got beat the first game of the tournament, so they didn't look very good up here. Played very poorly that game, but Duran and Roscoe go at it tonight in the second semifinal. We're excited for them. This team's a little different. I think this team is closer. I think this team plays together a little more, and it's probably a little better team than last year's group. And probably at the point position, Quinn's a little better than what we had last year out front. So that made us, I think, better. And then these guys, and we're deeper. I only played 7 guys tonight. And you know, R.J. Currington's a sophomore. I could have got him out before, but I didn't. I just didn't feel like this was the environment to put him in, to give him experience. And but I mean, this year's team, they had a great year. I mean, I love these guys. I'm proud of them. They played their hearts out tonight. You know, Dude just fell short.
At the beginning of the game, did you get any thoughts or flashbacks that Coach Vedder was trying to make it like that game when he was at St. John Prospect, when he tried to keep it really low and just grind it out, or did you think you guys would pick it up and eventually?
Well, I know they're very disciplined and structured and well coached, but there's a shot clock, so that was in our favor. I mean, you got to get the shot up. So the game you're referring to was 12-11 at halftime. It was 6-5 at the end of the first quarter, and we were playing. We were trying to play. It was 22-20. I remember the scores. 22-20 going into the fourth quarter. So, but I knew there was a shot clock. So, but you got to guard them for 35 seconds because they're well coached. They run their stuff. They screen hard, and they play together, and they're going to take good shots. So you got to sustain your defense the whole time. We just broke down a little more than we normally do.
How did Carrera impact this game?
Now, I thought we could play behind him with AJ, and it worked early in the game, but he just kind of wears on you. It's the same thing happened the last time. You know, you look down, he's got 20 points and 13 rebounds, and the last time he had, what is he, 6'6"? AJ's 6'11", Daniel's 6'9", but he's got a knack in there of, you know, head faking and shot faking and stepping through and making plays that way, and you know, he's a good player. I mean, you don't think he could get it done inside at that size, but he does. And there's guys like that can do that.
Coach, their big guy, Kevin Larson, off the bench, seemed to be had one of his better games of the year. Had you seen much of him the first time you guys played? Were you surprised by his production today?
Yeah, he had 10 points and 9 rebounds. So, I mean, it was kind of a difference. He didn't do that the last game. I don't remember him doing much at all the last game. So. He was elated when the game was over. He couldn't hold his emotions, I noticed. He deserves it. He played great.